And so I started how everybody else starts, that the only path, the only way to legitimize myself was through traditional publishing. And that put me in some pretty bad contracts. Contracts where people own the rights to everything that I put out, and they don't help me publish the book. They don't help me market the book. They just literally put it out under their name. Pretty much the only thing they do is put their own insignia on it. And does that help? I mean, a little bit for legitimacy, but in reality, if you have an audience, it can hurt you, because now you're building your brand for somebody else. You're helping somebody else build their brand. There are some great publishers out there. I won't say that there aren't, but for most publishers, for most small press publishers, they're not going to help you as much as you're going to help them. There's so many indie publishers out there that will take on any book just on the hope that by having 40 or 50 books out there, they will be able to build a big enough audience and be able to sustain themselves. So that was kind of where I was with one of my books. With the other book, I went to a publisher. It was a bad fit. The publisher didn't publish the kind of books that I publish. And so even though they were a publisher and they were willing to put some money behind the marketing, when they went to their audience, no one was buying the book that I had out there, because it was middle grade fiction, and their audience was definitely not anywhere near there. So it didn't help me. So I decided to buy back the rights. And I will say this about the publishers: they allowed me to buy the rights back. 99% of publishers that you work with will not allow you to. So if you get in a bad contract, they will sit on a book, they will never release it, and they will not let you leave. So I was very lucky in that respect. And then I went out and I said, I'm gonna build my audience from scratch, the kind of audience that I want to build. And by doing that, not only did I legitimize myself with my own audience by doing Kickstarters and crowdfunding, but after that, if for some reason in the future I want to go to a traditional publisher, now I have proof of concept that I can be successful and that I can be profitable. So all of our books are cash flow positive. We make a profit on every specific book, and I can go and I can tell somebody, a publisher, if I want to go that route, I have no interest in going that route now, that, hey, I put out 10 books. They sold a total of this many copies. I have a Twitter and a Facebook and all of these profiles of this amount. Do you want to talk about my next book? And by just being able to build my audience from scratch and being able to say that I have this audience built in, if I find a publisher that's a good publisher fit, I can go and show them the proof of concept and that my audience is willing to buy from me instead of just being there in the weeds.
Thank you for listening. Please review our other available content for help writing, publishing, and marketing your book. If you have any questions about the Author Learning Center, please contact us by email at authorsupport@authorlearningcenter.com.